Macbeth begins the play as a war hero. By Act 5, Scene 5, and his famous speech, he is a broken man. A couple scenes earlier, he talked about how his way of life had fallen into the seer, the yellow leaf. He recognizes the end is coming. And he says that that which should accompany old age, as honor, love, troops of friends, he must not look to have, but in their stead, curses. He is a man whom no one, with the possible exception of his wife, can love, but she too has died. He says she should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. And there's a nearly infinite number of ways he could deliver that line and number of ways he could feel. And then he launches into the famous tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow speech. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow means day after day after day. Life moves very slowly. It creeps in this petty or small, slow pace from day to day, and it will always do so. Life will move slowly to the last syllable of recorded time, as though there were some person who is tasked with writing down all of history. The very last syllable that person would record would be the end of the world. And what has all of this meant? Macbeth says, all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. That's all it's done. All of history, everything that has come before, has been simply illuminating a pathway to death. People live and then they die. And Macbeth, at this point, is pretty done with his own life. When he says, out, out, brief candle, he's both acknowledging the brevity of existence. Human life is a very short, insignificant thing in the grand scale of time. And he wants his own to be done with. He wants the candle to go out. Because life, he says, is but a walking shadow. It lacks substance. Life is something that you can see. There's something there, but it's nothing you can grab onto. It's nothing that has meat to it. Life, he says, is a poor player. It's a lousy actor that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. The actor runs around, goes back and forth. He struts about as though he's very important. He gets 1 hour up in the stage. It's a little bit equivalent to Andy Warhol's 15 minutes of fame remark. It's a brief period, and then it's gone. Life, is a tale told by an idiot. Only a moron could make up something as stupid and as pointless as human life. There's a lot that happens in it. There's stuff, and it's noisy. Life is full of sound and fury and bother and chaos. Ultimately, it means nothing. It signifies nothing. This is a dark, nihilistic speech. At the end of the play, Macbeth, who has broken every code that he lived by at the play start, simply does not believe in anything or the value of anything. It's a magnificent, bleak speech by the same person who convincingly wrote the world's most famous depiction of love-struck teenagers. It's one more reason why I absolutely love Shakespeare.